So, hello everyone again. This is lecture 3 part 2 of wave optics. Let's begin our discussion on Doppler effect now. In the last lecture we studied about the reflection and the refractive properties and the behavior of prisms, convex mirrors, convex lenses, concave mirrors, concave lenses. Today I will start with the discussion on Doppler effect. Let's move on with our discussion. I am Samir Lavankar. Let's begin. So, this is the course outline. I started with number 1, that is introduction, then Huygens principle was being discussed. Then in the last lecture we completed with the third part, that is refraction and the reflection of plane waves using Huygens principle, and after this a little bit discussion on Doppler effect which we are discussing right now, and then we will move on to the fourth point, that is coherent and incoherent addition of waves. So, let us move on with the Doppler effect today. So, in the last lecture I explained to you again, let me reiterate that small example. So, let us understand that the let me throw a stone on a pool calm of water. So, what will happen is on the addition of the source, the center part at which the stone is being thrown will be a source of primary disturbance. So, at that point, let that point be the source, then the ripples will be formed. That ripples are nothing but the circular ripples. These circular ripples can be understood as wave fronts. What we understand by this wave front, let us going to the back to the Huygens principle concept. Let me, if I have a wave front at some time t is equal to t1 and at some time t is equal to t2, I try to find out the new wave front. What will happen is, what is the Huygens principle being talked about here is, let us suppose that at time t is equal to t1, I will make all the points on the locus of points, I will understand them as points having secondary disturbances, and then I will try to make a new sphere which will be having a radius of v into tau, and then having a circle and doing geometrical construction which we talked in lecture 1 and lecture 2, we will get a new wave front, that is at time t is equal to t2 or at time t is equal to tau if the relative time is being taken. So, every time when we are doing this geometric construction, the diagram, the typical diagram we are getting is somewhat like this. So, this is the diagram we are talking about. So, now what does Doppler effect say is, this is only and only happening when this source, let this be the source, this source, when the point of this source is stationary, when this source is stationary, the wavefront is being formed like this. But this is not always the case. What if the source is being moved, then there is a concept, there is a phenomena of Doppler effect being coming, and that is being that we need to understand from this concept total coming here. So, first of all let me read this, and then after reading I will try to explain it with some of the figures. So, one should be careful in constructing the wavefronts if the source or the observer is moving. So, it does not even depend that the source should be moving. If the observer is also moving, then also the Doppler effect can be seen. So, it depends on the relative position of the source and the observer, and not only on the movement of source. For example, if there is no medium and the source moves away from the observer. So, let us say if I take observer as constant, and let us say this is the portion where the source is being happening. So, if I try to displace it towards right or towards left, let us say this is the new position denoted by S1 S dash, and let this be the new position denoted by S double dash in some later times, let us say t is equal to t1 or t is equal to t2. So, for example, if there is no medium and the source moves away from the observer, then later wave fronts have to travel a greater distance to reach the observer and hence take a longer time. Quite evident. So, what is happening is, what is the second line trying to say is, let us suppose that these are the sources and this is the observer. Let me try to use this only. So, let us suppose that this is the source, this is the observer for you. Now, what is happening is, let us say the source is stationary, observer is also stationary. Now, what is trying to do is, this distance, let us say I denote the distance as d is equal to d1 for now. What is happening is, at some time t is always independent, t waits for nothing, you cannot depend t as for some time it is t is equal to t1 and t is equal to t2. For any time t can be is an independent quantity, hence time has to be taken directly only. So, what is happening is, let us say this be the source, this be the observer. Let us say the source has a disturbance and it takes some time tau for which a distance d1 is being cleared. Now, what does this second line try to say is, if I try to move this source either towards or away, let us suppose for first example I try to move it away, then at same time t the distance cannot be cleared, and hence observer will not be able to clear a sound, or let us say light will not come till this point of observation. So, now the distance required will be larger, and hence the time required will be larger, hence the frequency of the sound or the frequency of the light which the observer will get will be different. So, there will be change in the frequency. This is the only concept of Doppler effect. Similarly, if I try to move the source near to the observer, again there will be the change in the distance either by millimeters only, but there will be change in the distance. If there is change in the distance, the amount of pitch or the amount of frequency which the observer will try to hear or will try to view can be different, hence the value of frequency is changed, and because of this change in frequency with the relative motion or the relative position of source in the observer is nothing but a phenomena or is nothing but a procedure known as Doppler effect. So, this was the complete explanation of visual explanation of second point. Let us move to the third point. So, now the time taken between the arrival of two successive wave fronts is hence longer. Quite evident, if the distance is being increased, then the time required for each wave front to reach that portion also will be different, and hence the for two successive wave fronts also the time will be different. If the time lag is happening for the complete distance also, then time lag happening for similar wave fronts being reaching at that point will be different also. So, the time taken between the arrival of two successive wave fronts is hence longer. These are nothing but wave fronts. So, this is wave front 1, this is wave front 2, this is wave front 3, is hence longer at the observer than it is at the source, quite evident. Thus, when the source moves away from the observer, the frequency as measured by the source will be smaller. So, this was the only concept I was being talking you about. So, that if the distance, the relative distance is being increased, and the frequency becomes smaller. Frequency can be related to this time if I use the concept of wave for sound waves also, then the pitch will be reduced. Similarly, if I try to reduce the distance, then the pitch will be increased. So, this was the concept. The time taken between the arrival of two successive wave fronts is hence longer at the observer than it is at the source. Thus, when the source moves away from the observer, the frequency as measured by the source will be smaller. This is nothing but Doppler effect. So, this is known as Doppler effect. So, this was the complete concept of Doppler effect. I will try to explain you with an example with a figure also. For now, just keep on listening. So, this was the complete concept of Doppler effect. Now, astronomers call the increase in wavelength due to Doppler effect as redshift. So, there are two different concepts. One is known as redshift, one is known as blue shift. What is this redshift? What is this blue shift? I will try to explain it pictorially also. For now, just try to understand the concept. So, astronomers call the increase in wavelength due to Doppler effect. So, due to Doppler effect is just a phenomena's name. What is happening exactly is in real life, what is happening is, let us say if I view something and if I view it as a red line, if a red color is visible, then astronomers explained it that there was a increase in wavelength and hence it was called as a redshift. Similarly, if astronomers try to view something and then if there was a change in blue color, the thing which was happening is there was a decrease in the wavelength. Because of this decrease in the wavelength, a blue color was visible and hence it was known as a blue shift. So, astronomers call the increase in wavelength due to Doppler effect as redshift, since a wavelength in the middle of the visible region of the spectrum moves towards the red end of the spectrum. This red end was nothing but the complete Vibgyor line which we see, or with the complete explanation of prism's color which comes out after diffraction and all. So, this is nothing but the redshift, that is due to increase in the wavelength. Now, when waves are received from a source moving towards the observer, there is an apparent decrease in the wavelength. So, this is nothing but the opposite concept. So, first of all, what we are doing is we are trying to increase the distance between the source and the observer. This time in the last line we are trying to decrease the distance between the source and the observer. So, when there was an increase in the distance, the increase in the wavelength was happening, and we are trying to decrease the distance, then the decrease in the wavelength is happening. So, when the waves are received from a source moving towards the observer, there is an apparent decrease in the wavelength. This is based on blue shift. So, now this complete concept is being completed. I will try to now explain you using some of the diagrams. So, let me explain now. So, let us suppose this is the source. Just to explain to you, anything which is denoted by a point is nothing but the source or the primary disturbance. And anything denoted by a curve, like it can be a circle, it can be a straight line. So, these all particular things are nothing but wave fronts. So, these all things are nothing but wave fronts. So, now what is happening is, let us first of all suppose that the source is stationary. So, first of all let the case is that the source is stationary. So, in this time what will happen is, let this be the source, and now these are the wave fronts being formed. So, these are the wave fronts being formed. So, let us suppose that this is the point where the observer is standing. So, for him this is the point of base. Now, here he is understanding that the, let us say this is the light wave. So, any light wave which is coming towards his eyes will be at a sufficient distance. Let this sufficient distance is nothing but v multiplied by tau. Now, for the second portion what I am understanding is, let us suppose that I am moving the source towards the observer. So, now what is happening is, let the source move towards the observer. So, now what will happen is, I will try to make a diagram. If I will try to make it as accurate as possible. So, this time the diagram would be somewhat like this. These all are circles only, just the difference is that the amount of radius on the right hand side is, all are circles only, but because of Doppler effect the wavefront is a little shifted towards the source, that is the right side amount is being decreased and the left hand side amount is being increased. So, let us suppose that these both are on scale only, and this is the observer I am talking about. So, quite evident, as you can see, that the amount of duration that the observer will be able to explain or observe, that what we can say wavefront will be quite smaller, than the amount of time which was the base for him. If I try to explain this concept using the sound waves, as waves can be either light wave or a sound wave. So, what will be happening is, let us say I hear a voice of anything, let us say I hear a small voice at some smaller interval. So, this time the interval will be same, let us say the interval is, let us say I denote the interval by some time t. Now, what will happening is, in this observer, when the source moves towards the observer, the amount of time required for that voice to being heard when the each of this wavefront gets communicated with the observer will be less, as can be seen from the observer. So, hence this can be attributed in this way, that the frequency is being reduced. So, this is nothing but the application, or this is nothing but the, what we can say, the procedure of how the Doppler effect is happening. Similarly, if I try to make a third diagram of, so now if I try to explain the same concept using the third point, that is source move away from the observer. So, what will happen in this case is, let us suppose the source is here, this was the initial portion, and this is the new portion of the source. In this time also, let this be the different portion and this is the original portion of the source. So, what will happen in this time is, the amount of it will be again circles only, but the circles will be in this form, and let us suppose the observer is here. Let us suppose the observer is here, and I try to explain the same concept using the frequency concept of sound waves. So, now this time what will happen is, the amount of time required for each of the wavefront to reach the observer will be a little higher, hence the frequency is increased. So, what we can understand from all these 3 points is that, first of all, when the frequency when the source was stationary, the amount of time required was the base. Let us say that amount of time required was 5 seconds. So, now what was happening is when the source tried to move towards the observer, the frequency has increased, that is the amount of time required for each wavefront to reach the observer was, let us say, reduced to 3 seconds. This was for first case, this was for second case. In the third case, what is happening is the amount of time required to reach the observer was increased, let us say it was 7 seconds. So, this is nothing but the what is Doppler effect, what is the use of Doppler effect, how the Doppler effect is being observed upon. So, this is nothing but the change in the frequency due to the relative change in the relative change in the position of the source and the observer is nothing but a phenomena called as Doppler effect. So, this was the typical example of Doppler effect. I will try to explain the same thing again by using one of the another example. So, I will try to explain the same thing again by using one of the another example. Let us suppose that you are standing here. Let this be the road. Let this be the road. To be more clear, you are standing just near the road. So, this is the position you are standing on, and let us suppose a car is coming from this position. So, let me make 3 positions of this car. So, let this be the first position, this be the second position, and let this be the third position. So, let me denote this as at some time, let me denote the time frame also. So, let this be the time t is equal to t1, let this be the time t is equal to t2, and let this time be t is equal to t3. So, what will be happening is, in this case, let this be the base case. So, at this instant we are talking about t is equal to t2 is the instant at which the source is exactly same position when the where the observer is happening, that is the distance relative position is being same and we are taking that as a base. So, now what will happen, this is a real life scenario, you can also understand this if you try to go in near the traffic place and try to hear the voices being heard by your ears. So, what will be happening is when this source is trying to come near the observer, you can understand that the pitch of the sound will be increased. When the source will be near to you, the pitch of sound will be increased, and then the amount of frequency which you will heard when it is near will be, let us say, at some base, and when the source will go move towards away from the observer, then the amount of pitch will be a little very low. So, the amount which we can try to understand it, the frequency is increased, that is the pitch, you can understand this concept of pitch only. So, the amount of pitch just below at time t is equal to t1 will be very high. As the source becomes near to you and that is the base, it will be the same amount which the car is trying to be heard, or which the car is blowing horn with, and when you will try to go it, or we will try to explain it when the source is moving away from the observer, then the amount of pitch will be lower. So, this was the complete example of Doppler effect only. So, just to iterate everything again, just to revise everything again. So, the complete concept of Doppler effect is nothing but the change in frequency with the relative change in the position of the source and the observer is Doppler effect. I tried to explain the same thing using 3 wavefronts. So, this was for source stationary, this was for source moving towards the observer, and this was for source moving away from the observer. If I try to explain the same thing using sound waves, then the pitch of the sound is either increased or decreased. Pitch can be directly related or it is directly analogous to the frequency being happening. And again I tried to explain the same thing using the car's horn, which is being heard by your ears if you are standing near the what we can say road. So, this is the final conclusion of Doppler effect. In the next lecture I will try to explain a little bit more about what is Doppler effect, what is the change in the frequency, what is the change in the velocity, etc., and then we will move with the new concept, that is coherent and incoherent addition of waves. So, for now let me stop the lecture here only. So, thank you.